Now let's turn our attention to actually creating some very simple formulas just to get you going. So I'm going to go to Calculations Worksheet. I'm going to zoom in on this a little bit. And I've created just a very simple worksheet to do some simple entering of formulas. So I've got some revenues, expense numbers, and the difference is going to be this number subtracted from this number. Let's start with that. So I click on the cell, I type the equal key, and then I'm going to point and click on cell D4, and I'm going to tap the minus key, subtracting from D4 the contents of cell D5. And I'm going to finish that by pressing the Enter key, and I have a remainder of $28,000. So this is called a formula, and these are called references, cell references. It subtracts whatever is in cell D5 from whatever is in cell D4. So for example, if I made a mistake in the revenue and I meant $165,000, the difference would really change, wouldn't it? Let me do that. Let me type in a new entry up here. Oh, 165,000 it is. And you see the difference changes. Excel is instructed to put into cell D6 whatever is in cell D4, subtracting whatever is in cell D5. Okay, let's build another formula here that basically multiplies this tax rate of 22% times the difference. So again, we type the equal key, and I can click on this 22%. Then I'm going to multiply it, which is the asterisk key, by the difference here, which is D6. And I press Enter, and I see I've got a 28,000 and change tax burden on that much difference using this particular simple spreadsheet. Let's follow this through and do one more formula. So after taxes, which basically I want to take how much I have after I factor out expenses from revenue, 128,000. I want to subtract the tax portion of that. So equals 128,000 cell D6 minus whatever's in cell D9, and I'm left after taxes a number 99,000 and change. So these are formulas in this cell, and this cell. If I change any numbers here, like the expenses went up, I just found another expense that I wasn't anticipating, and instead of $37,000 expenses, I have an additional, let's say, $10,000 of expenses. So I'm going to change that to $47,000. And when I press the Enter key, you're going to see the taxes and after taxes number change. Here we go. Okay, so we entered simple formulas. Mostly wanted to emphasize the practice of, as you see it up here, starting with an equal sign and then typing in whatever you need afterwards. Let me, just to reinforce this, type in one other simple formula. I just want to add some numbers inside of a cell. So let's type equal. I want to add 100 plus 65 plus 43 minus 22. So using this kind of like a calculator, and I press the Enter key, and I see I get the answer 186. Now, an interesting thing about formulas is you see the answer on the spreadsheet, 186 here, or 92,000 and change here. When I actually click on the cell and look in the formula bar, okay, I see what really is going on in that cell is a series of operations in this particular case. Okay, if I'm not on that cell, I can't tell whether that's just a number entered, 186, or if it's a formula. If I'm not on this cell here, I can't really tell whether that's a formula or just a number that's been entered. If I click on that cell, look up in the formula bar, I see that it is indeed a formula. So this is a brief introduction to entering formulas. Start simple, and you can build up to quite complex formulas if you need to in your work.